Hello, 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 mes amis. Welcome back. Mes amis. Guess we're going French today? Bonjour, mes amis. Welcome back to another session of Write With Me. So, if you are here with me live, well, I guess it's the same thing if you're here on the replay as well. What these hours are, this is our third time doing this, is we're gonna do our work, do our creative work, do the writing, do it with other people around with some accountability. This is an hour set aside for us to get done some stuff that we need to get done. So for me, for instance, normally I would be writing some music or doing something for a libretto on a show. But actually, today I'm not going to be doing that because I have to do some, yeah, you know those little short videos I do, the Motivational Monday and the Tip Tuesday, and then I do like writing updates and other things as well. I batch shoot those ahead of time and schedule them out, and so I have to edit a bunch of those. So that's what I'm starting with today. Is gonna edit some of those and get those uploaded and ready to go, scheduled out. But what are you working on today becomes the question. Are you and what's your goal over the hour, right? So are you writing a song? Are you working on a scene? Are you doing some submissions for one of your shows? Are you here to try to get some motivation going while other people do their work so you can do your work? What is it that you are here to do? So that's what this hour is about is I'm gonna work, you're gonna work, we're gonna do some work together. If you are indeed here with me live, let me know what you're working on. If you're here on the replay, also leave a comment, tell us what you're working on. What's your goal this hour? What are we up to? As I said, I'm gonna be doing some editing of some shorts videos and things and uploading those, which is a little less brain intensive than some of the other stuff I've done during these Write With Me sessions. So I should be available to chat with y'all. So if you have things you want to say and put in the chat, hey, we're a community. Bring the vibe, friends. Bring the vibe. Happy to answer questions. Just be chilling. So it might be a little more of a hangout session this time. But I will have to get these videos edited and done, but that shouldn't take me too long. So that's what I'm here to do. What are you here to do today? Tell me what you're working on, what your goal is for the hour, and we'll hop in. Also, I didn't introduce myself. Hi, musical theater writer guy here for you. aka your musical theater writing coach. We have courses coming up too, by the way. Um, the flagship course starts next week, so if you're interested, it's very songwriting focused. Also, could use another composer at the moment. Composers? Anyone want to come in? Want to join us? Join us! That's a 20-week course, starts next week. It's gonna be great. Goes through the end of January. And then we have the book writing course, Book and Beyond, starts mid-September. That's a 12-weeker. We'll be done before the December holidays. So if you're interested, come on in. Let's do some education. Teach, do those things, coaching with me. Join us. Or just come join the community. Anyway, all right, I am going to do this stuff. You tell me, now that you're here, what you're working on. Let's do it. Let's do some Write With Me. And I'm going to turn my volume down so that the repetition of my voice in these shorts videos don't bother the crap out of anyone who's working. But I am here to converse, friends. I am here for it. Let me know what you're doing. Oh, Sometimes I make these videos and I'm like, oh, that's great. That doesn't require a lot of editing. And other times, I just, I don't know. I don't want to say I flub it, but like, I have to trip over my words or repeat things a lot more. This one was great. I hardly had to edit it. That's wonderful. What you working on, friends? What are we doing here? Tell me. Tell me, what's your goal this hour? I guess I didn't specify my goal. So I've got 4 of these, 2 Motivational Mondays, 2 Tip Tuesdays. I need to have them edited, uploaded, and scheduled. Oof, tall order in an hour, especially if y'all get me chatting about things. I'm happy to chat about things, don't get me wrong. Are you doing some musical writing? Are you composing, writing a script? What you doing? Mm. Also, a fun thing about doing these videos is realizing how often I do and do not take my own advice. I usually do, but sometimes, like this one, this is about setting goals that are too big. Um, I set a lot of very, very large goals all the time. I'm sure this is so interesting watching me stare at my phone. Are we not working on anything? No one has said anything. Also, it's fun seeing what the captions get wrong, which I'm like, is that because I mumble? I do sometimes mumble, especially when I go fast, or if that's just like the AI doesn't know that word. Like, oh. No one's working on anything, huh? All right, cool. By the way, friends, the reason I'm not working on a musical theater moment right now is even I expected to have music writing I had to do today, but I got so much done last week. I had a bunch of like music only moments to write across both the shows I'm currently working on, and I did it. I did it and I'm done. And I like them for the most part. I just we have to hear how it's going to work in a reading setting, I think, before I know for sure if I love any of what I did or if any of it needs adjustment. But feels so good to not have to like come here and try to write music while y'all chat with me. But no one's chatting with me today, so what y'all working on? Also, if you just have questions about things, I'm happy to answer too. Hey, you want to write like your hero? Hey, you want to write like your heroes who are going? Hey, you want to write like? See, this is where I'm flubbing things. All right, we found a flub one. Hey, you want to write like your? Also, I have to cut out the millennial pause. Which, hey, if any of you are Gen Zs and you rag on millennials for our pausing, just know there used to be this thing that occurred when we first had digital devices for recording. Even the non-digital ones, we had to hit the record button and then you had to wait. It didn't just like start. You had to wait for a little red light to go on. It's there for a reason. Hi, friends, what are you writing? Come on, join me. That makes sense. I think that makes sense. What makes it work? What makes it exciting to you? What makes it sound like them? So that you can know exactly what they do that's different from what other people do to see why it resonates with you so specifically. And then from there, you can look at those techniques, borrow what works for you into yours, leave the rest behind because you won't sound exactly like them. But that way, the quality of your work will be closer to your hero's quality of work. Hopefully. Very good. Oh, I see what I did. Sure. Good work, previous Michael. Yeah, I think I like the other version better. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That should do it. Do you ever look at yourself and think, no, this might be specific to me. Ever look at yourself in video and think, I'm essentially a Muppet? Or is that just a me thing? Also, for those of you who are here, replay or live, quick question, like quick poll. Is this your first musical you're writing? Second, third, fourth, fifth? What number are you on? There's a reason I'm asking. And musicals that were written as an exercise count. For clear. Oh man. So what number am I on? Now that I've said that. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess I'm working on 6, 7, and 8 right now. That true? Yeah, 6, 7, and 8. It's fun to hear, to know. Kind of tough though. I feel like there's 3 extraordinarily different versions of King's Legacy, and I'd love to include the other drafts on the list because it felt like writing a brand new musical both those times. But I won't. Legacy just like was a learning process. Hmm. Good advice. Very good advice. Mhm. Mhm. Mm, okay, great. All right, that's 2 videos edited. Nailing it. 2 more to do. Oh, see, it took me less than 15 minutes. Love it. Love it. These are going fast. I say that, but watch. The last 2 will be rougher. They'll be sad. All right, no one is with me today, huh? All right, hopefully that means you just got me on the background. You're right. I'm fine with that. That's what we're here for, is to do the work, not to chat, but I'm happy to chat. Clearly. I do enjoy procrastinating by chatting. I flubbed all over the place in this video, my goodness. That's 23 seconds of just crap. There we go. Okay. Mm-hmm. Ooh, this one needs some heavy editing, friends. Jeez. I'm so glad people don't get to see the raw footage when I first film these things. It's bad. It's really bad sometimes. This one would have been bad. Hmm. Not the most eloquent video. It's okay, it'll do. It'll do. All right. Do the captions, please. Oh, all right. So after I get these videos done, what do I have to work on? That's a great question. You see, putting a full hour aside like this and holding myself accountable by having you all here holding me accountable, it's a trap. Excuse me, I didn't say the quote properly. That's a trap. Um, ugh, because that means I actually have to fill the hours once I complete a task. I have a feeling I'll complete this task in the hour and then still have time left over. Then I have to write something, don't I? Ugh, I guess I could work on the book. I should always be working on the book. I can work on the book. I also always script on a different project. I have to find my notes. Mm, yeah, this is very not eloquent. That's okay. The message is good. You also see red marks on my neck from where I was massaging myself. I have a rib out of place. It's not fun. The advice is good. I did cut 30 seconds out of this video. Okay, that's pretty good. I can deal with it. That's three down. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so if I have to, no, I can't start a libretto today. My brain's not there. I have a writing meeting this afternoon with one of my collaborators, and we're gonna finish writing the lyric to our finale. I'm very excited. Then we get to go back through. This is big draft two of this show. We did a reading of it last August. Then we get to go back through and see if we like everything that we made changes to, like in totality, in order, reading it through, listening to it through. A lot of new stuff. I'm excited for that. I kind of want to keep my brain in songwriting mode rather than script mode. But I guess writing the book is different from writing the book of a musical. Maybe. Maybe I'll do it. Meow. And for those of you wondering, yes, I did meow. Okay, I see. I see. This one's getting a lot of editing too. Great. Charming. But do you ever look at like a video or a picture of yourself and think, that was a good hair day? How do I figure out how to make my hair look like that every day? This is one of those days. Oh, come on with that pausing. Hmm. Hmm. So it pauses. Note to self. Make this easier on me next time. Okay, okay, we can do this. Like, oh. Mm-hmm. I see, I see, I see. Oh, goodness. All right, I can deal with that. Mm-hmm. I see. Oh, the irony of this video. Okay. Sometimes I just see pure gratitude in my own eyes when I get through one of these videos. Like, oh god, it did it. All right, captions. Send it over. Schedule them. Then what am I doing, guys? Am I writing book? I'm gonna write the book. I'm gonna write the book. Oh, it's fine. When am I a third of the way through? Is that hopeful? Is it a quarter? I don't know. I should check. It's gonna be really good and really helpful. And also, writing a book is so much harder than writing the book of a musical. Maybe I only feel that way because I'm so practiced at writing the book of a musical. Things to ponder. This is a good color shirt on me. I should remember to wear that more. I don't own much orange. Should. I have green undertones in my skin. That's what I learned in stage makeup. All right. Okay, AI captions. Almost got it. Almost got it. It's not how you spell that.
If you don't ever learn from this, you're never going to actually catch that golden chasing in the first place. So pause, see what happens instead of this. Act continuously.
Okay, we do it. It's fine. No worries. Brilliant. Okay, now I gotta schedule those. Okay, now I don't have to listen to any more things. Isn't that nice? And I'll be here with me. I'm here with you. What thoughts do we have? Here's something that's on my mind in terms of musical theater. Ooh, is this a procrastination technique? It might be. Ooh, my procrastinating. Still needs to be said though. Okay, so how many shows have closed since the Tonys? 16. Feels like a lot, right? Um, and like all the discussion this year when Tonys came, besides the fact that like where everyone's talking about the Tonys and the awards and who's going to win and what shows were good, blah 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 blah, of course. But a lot of the discussion this year was, hey, Broadway's back, right? We're hitting numbers from pre-pandemic times, but I feel like so much of the conversation is actually being left out. One of the major things that I feel like is being left out is like, yeah, okay, so we had all 41 Broadway theaters full again this past season, for the first time since pandemic. We stand, that's great. Audiences are back. The things have shifted a little bit demographically speaking, but like audiences, yes, are returning. Money is flowing into shows, that's good. But also, shows are closing. Granted, some of them were limited engagements, but what's the reason that we had so many limited engagements? Because people are a little scared of having an open run of something. Also, I'm looking that way because I'm stretching. Are scared of having an open run of a show, right? Because they're afraid that that show is going to close before it recoups. So why not do a limited engagement with stars? Well, how often does that work? It works, but I mean, the better model is have a really good show that doesn't rely on a star that can be open in its run and make its money back, right? But obviously, we know we're playing the odds of 1 out of 5 shows recoup anyway. But so we have the money part of the conversation. Everything's very expensive, so yes, ticket sales happened. The ticket sale prices are actually steady from pre-pandemic times. But the cost of shows has skyrocketed. It's like, okay, so where are we doing our innovation then in order to combat that in any way, shape, or form so that we don't end up with a full slate of theaters that then have 16 shows empty in the 2 months after the Tony Awards? Whether they limited engagement or because they closed. Like, let's not forget some shows that were chugging along really well closed too. You know? And I get it, like summertime, right? Summer is slow for Broadway. It always is. And they could, I mean, why do you think we do Broadway week every year? I guess it's not every year. Most years we do Broadway week. And that's coming back in September here. 2-for-1 shows, right? Things don't really pick back up until we get deeper into the fall, closer to holiday time. It's like the holiday rush period, then we have all the hubbub of the spring of the openings. Everyone's trying to get open, the excitement of the new shows, so they are Tony eligible. Then through and into the Tony Awards, and you hit like the rest of June through mid-July is still like riding the high of the Tony Awards, but a lot of people bought tickets for the future after shows won their awards. Then we have the slowdown in August. Not that tourists don't come here in August still. They do. Which is good because tourism is a lot of our ticket sales right now. But What about the New Yorkers? New Yorkers tend to leave New York in August. You want to know why? Because well, the last 3 days have felt like fall, but like, because it tends to be really hot and smell like hot garbage. We want to get out for a second. So everything tends to slow down a little bit. But if tourism is really what's driving our ticket sales currently, and it is so much more so than like the Bridge and Tunnel crowd or native New Yorkers, it's just like, okay, then did we need so many limited engagements? No. Well, okay, so now proof is in the pudding from last year. Will there be more shows that are not limited engagements? But my question is, what shows are circling these theaters? What shows are ready to pop in? Who has booked what in for where and when? All these things that we don't get to know because we're not behind the scenes and talking with the theater owners. I'm trying not to be nervous about 16 shows closing. But something about that still makes me nervous. Like we really are resisting figuring out a new model that works better. You know? What do y'all think? I just ranted. I apologize. Unless you're here for the rant, everyone. Is that why you come here? To listen to me rant? Rant and rave. Alright, I should schedule these. Send them to my computer so I can schedule them. 16's a lot of shows closing. Ken Davenport's office does statistics, lots of statistical things, which I'm a fan. I love stats. Stats are great. And I guess the average is 10.2 shows. So 6 extra, right? Beyond that, that's a lot. It's a lot to close. But I guess also the odds of things closing was higher simply because there were more shows open this year. I don't know. Hey Dusty, what's happening? In which case? In what variety are you asking what is happening? Just generally in life? We're doing some creative work, and I just went on a rant. But we're doing creative work today. So, what are you working on? Let us know. Got just under half an hour left of this creative time set aside, forcing us all to work. Oh, why didn't you come in order? That's really annoying. All right. Oh, I need headphones. You're a painter? Oh, I love that. What styles do you paint in? What are you working on right now? When you help others, can't help helping yourself. Am I famous? Oh gosh. To a certain select group of people, I'm famous. Generally speaking, no. Unless I'm more famous than I know, which is possible. I don't generally ask people. When you help others, you can't help helping yourself. Where can I reschedule this early? Right, I can do that. Realism mixed with my own take, for example, blue tiger with yellow teeth and red stripe. Oh, I like that. That's cute. It's a hobby? Well, we love a hobby. I mean, honestly, our hobbies are what keep us going, right? Oh, what was it? I was just watching a video. It was a podcast interview thing on YouTube. I guess there's been some new research study that shows that creativity having creativity in your life, standardly speaking, um, uh, like it's one of the most important factors to living a good quality of life and a long life and a healthy life as a human being. I mean, we all know about the power of, I just wrinkled the crap out of the shirt, didn't I? We all know about the power of like relationships and community and intimacy. Those are extremely important. That feeling of like being authentically known and all of that. That's great. But creativity was this other major piece. Whether it is your job or a hobby, the ability to feel like you can engage in things that are creative and fun and enjoyable for you is apparently part of what makes us our healthiest and lets us live long lives. Theater is beautiful. I agree. I love theater so very much. Is anyone surprised by that? No one's surprised. Okay. Okay. I'm going to. We're going to do this, friend. We are going to do. No. No, no. That's not what I need. That's not what I want. Oh my God, being bored is so good for you. So good for you. We don't let ourselves be bored anymore. We should. Um, Actually, one of my favorite things in the world is to let myself be bored because what my brain comes up with in moments of rest is that's usually where some of my best material comes from. Like I constantly say to my clients, especially when we're like in the Mastery Accelerator program sort of thing, we talk a lot about, okay, what can you do for creative rest? Physical rest, of course, mental rest, emotional rest, creative rest, because it's in the moment of pause that's where your brain pieces things together. But when you focus your prefrontal cortex, your conscious mind onto things that you're trying to like solve and you don't give it time to go do other things and go play, then you're kind of focusing the subconscious energy in the wrong spot as well. But integration requires you to step away. Being bored's awesome. When's the next write-in time? That's a good question. Let me take a look and I'll let you know. Middle of the night here in Australia. Huh? Australia? I love that you're here. Yeah, depending on where you are, we could be what, anywhere between 10 and 14 hours ahead of us. I love that. Well, welcome. What are you working on? Let me see when the next writing session is. So next week we're doing a standard live stream. The week after will be the drop of a new video. So our next Oh, and then we have a live interview with a writing team on the 19th of September. So I guess the next writing session would be the 12th. Friday, September 12th. See, I said that, and now I should put that in so that I don't accidentally not do that. But it's going to be a Write With Me session on Friday, the 12th of September. Bam! Done! Nailing it. When you help I'm gonna get a copyright claim on this because I keep singing Avenue Q. That's okay. Can't help helping yourself. Oh my gosh, yes, brainstorm with good people. I mean, that's my number one reason for having collaborators. Well, besides the fact that it's just fun to write with people and other people have great skills and smart things to say. But that like, let's brainstorm, let's figure out what's next. I do not have them every week. Could it be done? Potentially. The thing is, I already do so many things within the community, like the musical theater writing collective community, that I don't really have time to do something beyond my Friday stuff with y'all. These, these are a low lift. I come, we hang out, we chat, I write, right? And it forces me to do some writing accountability time. We love it. Um, the other live streams that are, I'm going to teach something, or we're going to talk about something, and then do Ask Me Anything. Those do take some preparation, of course. And then the videos take a lot more time and energy, highly scripted, editing, all that sort of stuff. So that's about all I have capacity for currently because I don't have a team, it's just me. Well, I have an editor. Thank God I have an editor. Um, because everything else I do is inside the collective. So we do our labs, and those are every other week, and that's 2.5 hours every other week. We do our quarterly cabarets every 3 months, and reading series, and that's in addition to all the classes I teach, which this fall, depending on how many people sign up for Book and Beyond, I actually may need to run 2 sections of that for time zone purposes. So if that's true, then I teach 5 class sessions a week, most times throughout the year, in addition to also one-on-one coaching with people. And that's vocal coaching as well as musical theater writing coaching. And all that in addition to my own work. So alas, I don't think I could make it happen every other week unless I had a team with me. But once I do have a team, once I'm able to make that happen, yeah, I'd be happy to do more of these. Make them weekly, put them on a different day. Definitely worth consideration. For sure. Um, what's my channel about? Musical theater writing. Uh, well, musical theater from the writing perspective, I guess, is really more accurate these days. We do talk a lot about the writing side of musical theater and like how to do it. And here are all the facets to consider and different ways to think about things. But also we talk about like staying motivated or how to work through blocks or what the writing looks like currently in the landscape on Broadway or look back at the canon, analyze pieces. So it's a lot of just like the world that is musical theater and the industry and the canon and the creation of new material through the writing perspective. So that's what it's about. Only Friday. Thank gosh. Could I make a group for writing accountability? I have a group for writing accountability inside the Musical Theater Writing Collective. Come join us. Um, Feel free to just like shoot me an email and set up a call with me, a free 30-minute call. We can chat about it. See if it works for you, if it's right for you. But yeah, accountability is everything. I love it. I wouldn't get anything done without it. I say that, but I guess I got plenty of things done with King's Legacy for years without accountability. I just would have done it so much faster with accountability, with other people. Oh, it took me forever to finally get the show where it needed to be. Gotta get that thing on stage. Have I analyzed Hamilton? Would love to analyze Hamilton. What, you mean in totality? Not live, not like with not in a video or anything. But yeah, I mean, I've analyzed Hamilton. Hamilton is a very well structured, well written out show. Does a lot of things that are complicated, but does it in a way that feels less complicated. Good show. I like it. But is there something specific you want me to analyze about it? I could take a look. What do I recommend for someone who can do lyrics, doesn't know how to write music, but wants to write a musical every time they watch Smash? So specific. I love it. All right. Okay. You do lyrics, you don't know how to write music. Get a collaborator. That would be my number one thing is find a composer who wants to collaborate with you. And you don't have to have a project in mind, just looking for someone who you vibe with, communicates in the same way that you do, who's interested in writing similar types of things as you. Get together and get a show started, test out the collaboration, see if you actually like writing with each other, and kind of go from there. As to the desire to write a musical by watching Smash, I have nothing more to say. That's great. I actually didn't watch Smash. I started it and I couldn't do it because I was like, this is not the industry. This is not how it goes. I was young back then. The folly of youth. At this point, I probably should go back and watch it because it's over the top and fun. That's enjoyable. I think for a young professional in the city, I was like, ugh, this doesn't show the grueling grind that is auditioning and writing. Told me about that too. I want to join the book and beyond again too. Sure, 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 sure. What is Smash about? Smash is about. Smash is about the creation of a musical about Marilyn Monroe. To put it simply, it's like the behind the scenes of the whole thing, from like the auditions and the writing and the creation and the drama and the industry and yeah, that's what it's about. In short. When you help others. Anyone know why Avenue Q stuck in my head? Why is it here? That's funny. Smash promised me if I just write the songs, I'll get a Tony. Oh boy. Smash on Broadway didn't teach us that lesson, though, did it? Ooh, that was shady. My B, my B. I apologize. To the gods of theater, I don't know. Dionysus. That's a niche reference. Anyone know that one? Anyone know what I just quoted? Hopefully we know Dionysus. But that's a particular strain from The Frogs by Stephen Sondheim. Delightfully weird show. I love it. Write the songs and get a Tony. Get out of here. Yeah. I guess I'm just chatting away these last 12 minutes, huh? That's fine. That's totally fine. I should schedule these. It'll probably be faster to do the scheduling work once we're off the call. Let's be real. Shout out to Aristophanes. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, now my brain's running through like, is reading Greek plays part of the standard curriculum for high schools anywhere else? So I grew up in New York State, and I think I only read one Greek tragedy. Is that true? In high school? No, I read two. My first time reading Antigone was in high school, and I also read. What's the other one I read? Oh gosh, I read the second one. Who? I'll think of it. Oedipus. I read Oedipus Rex. That's the other one. Okay, so read two of those. But like here in America, for those of you who don't know and aren't from America, our educational systems. Y'all think the U.S. is a mess, I assume. We are. Uh, our educational systems are done by the states. So it's not like a nationwide here. This is what the federal government says is curriculum, and this is education, and this is how the system is going to run. There's a little bit of that by the mere fact that we have a public school system, which is a thanks to a socialist work from or a set of laws from what 100 years ago. Anyway, so every state's educational system is very different. and therefore the requirements are very different. So here in New York, I don't know if it's still this, but we had to read at least one Greek tragedy, and I read two. But I'm wondering if that's true in other states. I also read a lot more Greek tragedy in college because theater majors. But yeah, also like, do other countries read Greek tragedies? Is this a thing? I assume that England does because the US system is based highly off of the UK system. We have split heavily, but like, similar basis, foundation. Anyway, I'm curious. Curious, curious. Frog. Okay. Where can you watch musicals? Oh my gosh, yes. Medea. Ah, yes. Yes. Come to the dark side. Um, where can you watch musicals? There are so many places you can watch musicals. I'm going to talk about the legal ways to watch musicals because there are illegal ones, but I won't say those. Well, a whole bunch of them are available for rent. Like when there's a pro shot that was done that is released to the world, it can be rented or purchased. So, like, I own a bunch of the Stephen Sondheim musicals, the original productions on DVD because hey, that was done and that's awesome. It's like Hamilton is available for streaming at Disney Plus. I think it's going to play in theaters this fall as well. Um, but Netflix, I don't think has any of them currently. It did have Diana briefly for a while there. But some of these platforms available. Then there's things like Broadway HD, which has a bunch of pro shots of shows. Broadway on Demand. There's another platform I'm missing, isn't there? I think there's another platform missing. But like a lot of them are rentable through like Amazon Prime or something. And then there are less legal ways to watch musicals, which I'm sure the chat will tell you about, but it won't be me. We didn't in our school. We were more to Shakespeare. Yeah, we also had to do Shakespeare. One Shakespeare per year in high school, which was fun for me. What I read? I love Shakespeare. I really do. And I know that that is so stereotypical of me to say. But I do love Shakespeare because it's heightened. Like, Shakespeare was writing musicals before we had musicals, you know? It's essentially what it is. It's a musical. But that's for another day. What did we read? Romeo and Juliet. Sophomore year was Julius Caesar. Junior year was Macbeth. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to say the name. Mackers. And then senior year. What did we read senior year? Was that my first time reading Hamlet with senior year? Maybe. I love Hamlet. I love that place so much. I was working on a pop punk adaptation, like a queer pop punk adaptation of Hamlet with a friend of mine a few years ago. We did put the project to the side. I didn't count that on my list. So I'm not writing musicals 6, 7, and 8. I'm writing musicals 7, 8, and 9. Ha, nice. Um, we did end up putting that project to the side though. Uh, I love the idea of that. One moment. That was a very loud siren string down the street there. Oh, there's one more. Hold on, hold on. I've had fire trucks screaming down the street the entire time I've lived here. But it's gotten worse the past several years because they put in these new bike lane things and the bicyclists just don't pay any attention to the rules of the road. So now they have to like lay on their horns to make sure there aren't bikes coming. What was I saying? Hamlet. Oh yes, queer pop punk Hamlet. Ah, it's a great idea. I want to get back to it at some point. But I was in Hamlet once, professional production, 2011. That was a lot of fun. I just love that play. I read so much of the canon, maybe two-thirds of it. But there are ones I don't care to read some of his older stuff. I started something and I'm like, this is you weren't doing it yet, bud. Like this isn't good yet. You know, like people reading the first couple of musicals I wrote, they'd be like, I see the potential. Yeah. I wouldn't want that out in the world though. Yeah. No folios in my material. Remedia. Mwahaha. Oh, interesting. Oh, I would like to. I love a play based on a classic. Hamlet and Scottish play at the same time, different subjects, very confusing. At the same time? Why? That's a bit much. Like two court drama tragedies of very different countries with extremely different feels to them. That's interesting. Hmm, I'm with you there. How do you feel about Disney musicals? They don't quite feel like musicals to me anymore. That's interesting. You mean the newer ones, the newer animated musicals? Okay, here's what I'll say about the classic musical Disney films, like the truly old classics. The musical theater art form was new, wasn't really like fully set and settled yet. Um, and I think you can see that in a lot of those old classic Disney films. When we talk about the Renaissance, going to the Renaissance films, so starting with Little Mermaid and going through the mid 90s, um, that was driven so heavily by Howard Ashman. If you've not seen the documentary on Howard Ashman that's on Disney Plus, strongly suggest watching it. It is that man was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think it's just called Howard, and so, like, not to downplay anyone else's role, especially Alan Menken's in the creation of those movies, but Ashman really was trying to drive home bringing the necessary structures of musical theater writing to those films. And you can see the films where he had the strongest influence are the best written. Like The Little Mermaid, such a brilliant piece of musical theater that happens to be animated. Same thing with the Beauty and the Beast film. One of the best opening numbers of all time is the Beauty and the Beast film. Aladdin, a little less so. He had passed by the time that they were putting Aladdin together. And so when the changes were being made, Howard Ashman wasn't there to bring the structure and smooth over the storytelling purposes. And so it still feels good, but not quite as good. And then we get into the films with Stephen Schwartz, which do still feel good, solid. Like I love Hercules. I think that's a brilliant put together movie. Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's a little weirder, but also like those that crop feel like great musicals that are just animated, right? Um, what we have happening in this like new 3D animated Renaissance era that is like Tangled, Frozen onward is the Lopez's know what they're doing. And like it's working well. Not that Lin-Manuel doesn't. Uh, and I think that the musicalized movies that have been written by the Lopez's and by Lin-Manuel do definitely feel like musicals, but there's more space in there. There's a lot more dialogue. They feel more like the animated films, like Disney Animation Studios and or Pixar, doing a film that has songs in them, less like this is a musical film, if you know what I mean. So that's what I would consider to be the difference at the moment. I don't know if that's the question you asked, but that's the question I answered. Do do do. Uh, like Wish, for example. Yeah, I didn't actually see Wish, but that's interesting. Macbeth with Gilbert and Sullivan? That's so fascinating. The witches singing versions of Three Little Maids. That's wild. Absolutely wild. Well, I'm always here for witches singing. I mean, one of the shows I'm writing right now is very witchy. It's pop punk. It's fun. Can't wait to share that with y'all. Hey, look, we're at the end of the hour. Y'all very successfully helped me procrastinate at the end of my hour of I need to get things done. Whoops. Well, at least we had some good discussion. Good thoughts, friends. Good thoughts. Thanks for being here, y'all. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're getting some good work done. I will finish doing the work I had set out to do. Then I'm excited to go do some writing work with my collaborator this afternoon. And then hopefully we'll have some material to show y'all soon. That's a question that I keep meaning to ask everybody is when I have new work to share, how do you want to see it? In what way do you want to see it? Because I should share more stuff. But I appreciate y'all being here with me today. Hope you have a great a great week. We'll be back for a live stream next week. It won't be a Write With Me, but it will be a standard live stream with just like an Ask Me Anything section at the end. Video in 2 weeks. We'll be back with a Write With Me in 3 weeks. So I will see you all soon. Have a great rest of your day, a wonderful weekend, and peace out, everybody.